And welcome to another edition of Pop It. Hashtag free Britney right from the start. I am not going to apologize. Screw her family. They're the worst. Britney, we love you. And we hope that you get that, everything gets solved. But anyway, welcome to Pop It. Oh, it's like heated. I'm a little, it's already hot in the Midwest, but I am feeling hotter than ever because I got some hotties on the call today. Previous multi-winner Christian Hinton joins again. He's back to take the crown. Jessica Lockhart, who won 2 battles ago, so she gets her automatic bring back. So we brought her back. Got you on a rope, and I just teased you in. And new first-time player, who I think is ready to drop the sass hammer, Declan, joining us all the way from down the street, I think. All right, so let's jump into it. We got 5 hot, delicious topics. Each contestant gets 30 seconds to give their opinion. I give points based on, was it funny? Did I agree? Was it smart and sophisticated? Did it make me tingle somewhere? Whatever it is, I give out points subjectively. So let's start off with the hottest topic potentially right now. Ed Sheeran came back with a new song called Bad Habits. Is it good or is it bad habits? Christian, your take.
The only bad habit associated with Ed Sheeran is apparently his new cocaine habit, because he looks horrible. He looks honestly like the Joker. Is this his origin story? Is this the Ed Sheeran Joker story? I know we're getting a Joker too. Is it going to be with Ed Sheeran? Because of this music video and song, I kind of hope so. I really, really do. But I love Ed Sheeran. The look is just, he looks horrible. He looks so bad.
I like how you didn't even talk about the song. You're like, I just gotta talk about the look. Jess, over to you. Ed Sheeran, Bad Habits. What do you think?
Well, I'm always jealous of anybody who's ugly and a millionaire. So I'm automatically, I'm happy for Ed Sheeran. Again, still allowed to make music for us. So good job for Ed. But yes, his music video, talk about, like I said, I thank goodness for CGI. His face does not look like him at all in it, but that's not a bad thing at the same time. So, but I think it could be like a chill summer bop. It wasn't too crazy. No,
that's
the
your
bass
time. That's your time. Declan, what do you think of Bad Habits?
Y'all are fake as fuck. I thought it was a good song. I for the first 2 minutes, I was great. And then after I hit the chorus a couple times, I was like, okay, next. It's a song that where pop culture is going right now. I think it's a summer bop because everyone's gonna love it. But was it noteworthy in my book? No, I'm not gonna go back and listen to it again. But I liked it. I drive it around to it, but it's fine. But I liked stuff in it. He looked nice. I like this new era where Pose is going.
Okay, that's your time. That's your time. I gotta agree with Declan. Y'all are fake app. That song went off. It is not rememberable. I definitely agree with that. But when I have 2 Long Islands in hand this summer at the gay bar, and that is popping over the speakers, you best believe I'm gonna be popping this beat. I gotta censor that. There's no way. My grandma watches this. Anywho, I thought the song was good. It was okay, and I definitely think he does look a little ghastly. So, have a hamburger, Ed, please. All right, our second topic. We have George R.R. Martin behind Game of Thrones. He's the author. He said, "Girls, I thought the books were going to be ahead of the TV series. That's my bad. And, I wish the ending was different. It's going to be different in my books." Is he serious with these excuses? Is he for real? Declan, what do you got to say about this?
Girl, I've never seen a show turn into a dumpster fire so fast in my life. They did that in literally 1 episode. And I think for each of us, it's a different single 5-second instant where automatically it's garbage. I can't talk about it. Honestly, I didn't know who you were talking about when you said George R.R. Martin, but then I remembered he actually wrote it. And the fact that he's trying to change the ending that he planned because we didn't like the ending he told the TV producers to do, you're fake as fuck.
That is the new hashtag for this episode. Hashtag fake app. Jess, what do you think about this?
So I've never been a huge Game of Thrones fan, just because I tried to watch an episode and just so much rape so fast, and so I just didn't feel the need to continue too much, but I was definitely overall, I feel like this experience is probably like going to a Costco. Like you're gonna leave with something, but it might be $1.50 hot dog, or it could be all the toilet paper you could ever need. So I just think it's another way of getting the fans together, and that's probably what he's trying to do.
That's your
before
time.
he's expected to make something else.
That's your time. So. Christian, George R.R. Martin's big regrets. Are you sorry for him? What do you think?
Okay, so my only cultural reference for Game of Thrones is the South Park Wiener Party song that they made for over the Game of Thrones music. So I don't know that much about it, but the thing about Game of Thrones is, and the thing about all these fan bases is, everyone wants to change the endings because no matter what, no one's ever going to be happy with the ending. Just like Episode 9 of Star Wars or even The Last Jedi, everyone wants the ending changed. The only George who should be changing things is George Lucas, and he should be changing the fucking ending to Last Jedi and also the newest Star Wars. I'm just going to say that.
That's your time. That's your time. I gotta say, it is weird that the only straight guy in this call is like, I don't know what Game of Thrones is. That is I'm a little perturbed by that the gays are out here representing Game of Thrones. I do think that ending was straight trash. I mean, it really was. And you see this happen all the time. Once it goes off book and like the writers they don't have a textbook to copy and paste things from, it goes to crap. I mean, and George R.R. Martin, I don't want to hear it. You had 20 years to write 2 books and you couldn't do it. You know, what have you been doing for 20 years? Just sitting around having bonbons and collecting those royalty checks, which, hey, I don't blame you if you have. But I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear the excuses. This is probably the funniest story of the night. A bouncer denied Rihanna access to the club. Didn't seem to recognize her. She didn't have her ID. Is this guy dumb? Would you have done the same thing? Was he right in kicking her to the curb? I mean, what do we think? Christian, back to you.
There's a couple of ways to go about this. I saw a lot of people on social media calling for this man's firing. I disagree. I think this man is based, speaking of AF, based as fuck. And congratulations to him for following his job. He should get a raise, this guy. He shouldn't let anyone in without an ID. His manager probably said nobody in without an ID. If you're getting paid for something, you can't say, I don't care who it is, this man should get a raise. He should be the head of security. He should go to Secret Service, God damn it. Take this man to Secret Service. What a good move by him. I'm just saying. I love Rihanna, but, you know.
Jess, what do you think? Are you a little perturbed or disturbed? What do you think?
I think it's her own fault for not putting out music in the last 10 years. Like, you can't expect a male to know what you look like when you're only making clothes for women. Like, it's just kind of like, we all want it and we're all ready for it, Rihanna. So please, please, please give us maybe a Hot Girl Fall. I'm here for it. Like, drop an album or just an EP. We're all desperate. So, and that security guard was doing his job. Hopefully got a picture with her right after people freaked out.
Declan, this bouncer, are you team bouncer or team Rihanna's missing ID?
Is the point of this podcast to be fake and to be wrong? Like, y'all are so stupid. If you don't know who Rihanna is, first of all, you've been living in the bush. You need to be educated, then go back to school. Secondly, he was just doing his job. Yeah, but like literally, it's Rihanna. Dare I say more? And while I do agree, she does need more Nicki stands to kind of come to her face and tell her that she needs to put out an album. But other than that, where Rihanna decides it's hers legally. Basically.
That's your time. I gotta say, I'm really caught in the middle. You know, do you follow the policy? You know, no ID, no entry. But then, how do you not know that's Rihanna? I mean, if I was the bouncer and I'm out there, you know, with my big pecs, and I'm like, get out of here, you know, if you don't have your ID, and Rihanna comes up to me, I'm like, girl, what was it like working with Britney Spears on the S&M remix? Or like, you know, on this new album, is it true you're going reggae? I'd be like, you know, Fenty Beauty's killing it. What's the biggest success you have for me as a businessman? I mean, how do you not do that? How do you really not know who that is? And that is, I agree with Declan. He needs to be educated on something. Just go to Twitter for once. I don't know what to do, but that was a little weird. He didn't recognize her. The Gossip Girl reboot is coming out, and it's going to show the character's privilege in a way that the original didn't. Not everyone is on board with this. Declan, let's go to you. You're the original Gossip Girl. What do you think?
Well, to be fair, once we figured out who Gossip Girl was, we all stopped like really following the show or caring about it. So, I mean, hearing about this reboot, I'm excited. I love to watch. I enjoy watching the show. How are they going to show their privilege in a different way? I don't know what they're talking about when they talk about that. I just like good TV.
Short and sweet to the point. I like that. Jess, what do you think?
I mean, I'm excited about it. I'm definitely was a big fan when it was on the like CW or when with the reruns and everything like that. But overall, I don't understand how else are you going to show Upper East Side Manhattan's privilege? Like, I think we get it. Like, it's just not realistic. And I'm excited to see a bunch of adults act as kids, you know, usual stuff when they do reboots. But I think it'll be interesting to see how much is like the same as the old season and what's different. Maybe a Gossip Girl won't be Dan Humphrey type of character, hopefully, even though it still makes no sense that he was the Gossip Girl.
But
I'm excited for it.
It's the time. Christian, I doubt you really know much about this, but Gossip Girl reboot that's showing the character's privilege in a way the original didn't. I mean, what's your take?
I wouldn't underestimate me, my friend. Look, here's the deal with Gossip Girl. We all know it's about, you know, I've never seen it, obviously, but I've seen images and I looked up because I saw this story about how it's going to be more privileged. Is that like really what we need in today's world? Is more white people or whatever color, whatever creed to show their privilege? Like, we get it, you're privileged, you have a lot of money. It goes a little too far on my book, so I'm not a big fan of it. At the end of the day, they shouldn't have shown who Gossip Girl is. I heard Declan say that. I don't know what that means, but why show who Gossip Girl is? The whole show, it's like Victoria's Secret. You're not going to tell whose secret it is. Don't show who Gossip Girl is. It's so dumb. I'm just saying.
Oh my God, it's like Victoria's Secret. I can't with you, Christian. Yeah, I didn't watch the show either. I knew the gist of it. I got to tell you though, isn't it just about rich people with their rich problems? How else are you going to showcase that? Like, is one girl going to be poor and it's like is it suddenly a documentary about class warfare and urban poor people? I really don't get what they're trying to do. I feel like they're trying to be woke, but then they're kind of going against what the show's about. So it's just confusing. It's okay to have a show about rich white people and their problems. You can do that, Gossip Girl. Okay, it's fine. Doesn't mean everyone's going to watch it though. In terms of the most disgusting news of the week, Subway tuna sandwiches contain no tuna DNA. Subway says, girl, we got tuna in there. And the DNA says, no, you don't. Christian, are you a Subway connoisseur? What do you think of this?
So I stopped eating Subway after this whole Jared thing. The only tuna that's being eaten, it's like they're feeding us kitten. What is this? Fancy Feast. They're feeding everyone Fancy Feast at the end of the it's really, really disgusting. Subway is disgusting. Jared was disgusting. The only thing I liked from Subway was their Sammys or whatever that was, like the little sandwiches. But they haven't had those since 2008. And you know, they haven't had decency since they hired Jared as their big spokesman. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of Subway. I don't even want to breathe air of Subway.
Oh, Jess, what do we think of the Subway tuna fiasco?
I think if you go to any fast food and you're shocked that the meat is not the meat that they're advertising, you're just silly. It's just kind of it's exactly like imitation crab. What is it? It doesn't matter. It tastes good. That's what matters. And I've never had the tuna at Subway, but I am a fan of Subway because you can walk in and tell them what you don't want. Sometimes that list is shorter than what the things you do want on your sandwich. So I'm still not above Subway ever. And but Jimmy John's I do have issues with, but overall it's kind of what you expect. I expect fast food to lie to me at this point.
We're gonna have to have a Pop It fast food special and bring Jess back on to air her grievances because I want to know more about that. Declan, the tuna and the tuna sandwiches just swam away. What do we think?
I don't eat Subway. I feel I'm above this question. Thank you.
Oh my.
Oh.
Wow, the gossip girl jumped out in that response.
All jokes aside, I do love their fast food. When you know what is edible. I never have heard of someone going to Subway and getting their tuna. So I think that says a lot.
The moment personally that I refused to go back to Subway was when I was 8 years old and I was at the Sandusky Subway and there were fruit flies everywhere. And I went, 8-year-old me goes to the Subway lady, ma'am, there's fruit flies all over the vegetables. And she went, no joke. She went, what fruit flies? You can't just wave your hand and suddenly the fruit flies are gone. Also, I'm 8, not in a coma. Don't try and pull this on me. Ever since then, Subway, F you. I can't stand you. I agree. Jared's the worst. You hired a pedophile who paraded around in very nasty looking jeans, to say the least, for 10 years. And now you have the audacity that you don't even use canned tuna. You're using listen, if they said, hey, girls, we're using canned tuna, that's fine. I know you say F the Dolphins by using your canned tuna, but that's okay. No, there's not even tuna on your tuna sandwich. My God, this is like late stage capitalism if I've ever seen it, and I can't stand it. All right, our final totals we have a tie for first place. So we have Jessica with 28 points, but the boys with 29. Declan and Christian tied at 29.
I wasn't expecting that.
Does a lot of spicy.
A lot of first times in this podcast here today. Wow.
It is actually a YouTube video series, not a podcast, but podcast. I'm not going to complain. You guys are here. That's all that matters. Well, Jess, we're going to have to bring you on in the future. Declan Christian, 2 weeks from now, if you're free, we'll do another round and get more spicy opinions from the two of you because, man, you two are like water and ice, Elvis and Costello, unless that's the same person. Anyway, thanks for joining Pop It. Remember, #Free Britney, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.